So, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Sam from Team TSX1 here, and today guys, I'm coming at you with my first place True Draco San Diego Comic-Con giant card deck profile for you guys today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Recently I posted a picture on the YouTube community tab where I told you guys that I won the giant Heartbeats Conductor prize card with True Dracos, and you guys are all flipping out and you guys want to see on what I played at the San Diego Comic-Con giant card tournament. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this deck profile. In this deck profile, I'll explain you guys all my card choices and the reasons why I play them, and also in the end of the video I'll showcase you guys some other card options you guys might want to use, especially for this new format for True Dragos. This week's content is going to be absolutely crazy, so make sure you guys stay tuned for this week and the upcoming weeks for awesome Yu-Gi-Oh content. So make sure you guys have your notification bell turned on, okay? Make sure those bells are on. As you guys can see, I don't have the prize card on me because I live in Canada and Konami said that they were going to ship my prize card to Canada for me. So here's a picture for proof that I won the prize card. I'm not trolling you guys. I actually did win the giant card tournament with True Dragos. True Dragos is the best deck. So without further ado, let's get started with this deck profile. So start off with a monster real quick. You want to play, of course, the one Dynamite Knight, the True Draco Fighter. This card is obviously the best True Draco monster in the deck, especially going first, able to set up trap cards whenever your opponent activates effects, so that way that you can interrupt your opponent's plays during their turn is just absolutely phenomenal. Usually getting Apocalypse and also True King's Return early on in the game can actually help you set the tempo of the game. 3 Ignis Heat, the True Draco Warrior. This card is the best card going second. Being able to get access to your spell cards directly from your deck to your hand is just really, really good. At the same time, getting access to your spell cards, you guys all know their spell cards let you draw cards, so him gets access to all your spells, which helps you dig deeper into your deck to see all your combo pieces. So ideally, you want to have this card in your hand going second, especially with the True Draco trap card, so that way that you can just set a trap, you know, tribute for Ignis, and then use the trap to pop a monster, and then if any monsters were to activate their effects, you can easily activate Ignis' effect to search a spell card directly from the deck to your hand. So Ignis Seed is just really, really good for that. Next, I'm playing Triple Majesty's Maiden, the True Draco Caster. This card is an absolute must to play at 3. Do not play less than 3 copies of these cards, because going second, you want to see a monster in your hand as much as possible, so that way that you can trigger off your spell and trap cards by tributing them to the graveyard. So Triple Majesty's Maiden, Triple Ignis, and 1 Dynamite Knight is the correct ratio to play in your deck. If you guys are not familiar with Majesty's Maiden, whenever your opponent activates a card or effect, you can activate her effect to search a True Draco monster directly from your deck to her hand. So she's really good to get access to your Dynamite Knight and also Ignis Heat, and she can also search herself directly from the deck to her hand as well, which is really, really awesome. You must maximize yourself on playing as many True Draco monsters as much as possible, especially for this specific version. So that's pretty much it for all the monsters I'm playing in the deck. I'm not playing any additional monsters like Inspect Border or anything like that. I feel like the pure version of True Draco, especially going first and going second, the deck is still able to compete really, really well, and the deck is just overall strong whether or not it's going first or going second. So this is all the monster play in the deck, and this is all you need in my opinion. You don't need Inspect Border. You guys can definitely side Inspect Border if you guys would like, knowing that you're not guaranteed to go first all the time. Main decking cards like Inspect Border isn't really too beneficial in my opinion. Yes, Inspect Border is really good going first, but it's not that great going second if where your opponent already established a board. That's why I believe Floodgates are just so much better. So that's pretty much it for the monsters. Let's go off to our spells. Before I get started with the spells, if you guys want to help support the channel, make sure you guys visit TSX1.com to get your playmats today. This is the Stratos and Elemental Hero Neo's playmat. So if you guys want to help support me and what I do, make sure you guys visit TSX1.com and get your playmats today. Alright guys, for the spells, we're going to play, of course, 4 Dragonic Diagrams. So 3 diagrams and D1 Terraforming. Alright, so Diagram searches any of your True Draco cards directly from your deck to your hand. Drawing multiples of these cards in your hand isn't really good first turn. Like if you see 2 diagrams in your hand out of your 5 card hand, in some cases it might be good, in some cases it might be terrible. But overall, Diagram is just a really good card to be able to actually pop your monsters in your hand or pop your cards on the field to be able to search the True Draco card that you want directly from your deck to your hand. Most oftentimes you use this card to pop Floodgates, because you can activate Diagram, pop a spell, the spell will pop a spell and trap card, and then if you activate Diagram to pop a trap, the trap will activate to destroy a monster on your opponent's side of the field, which is really, really good. Terraforming, getting hit to 1 doesn't hurt the deck at all, because the deck has so much draw cards that you don't really have to rely on always seeing Terraforming. The deck has Demise, Dualities, and Heritage and Disciple draws that the deck is just really already consistent enough. So Terraforming going to 1 did not hurt the deck whatsoever. It did slow down the consistency a little bit, but the deck is just still overall really, really strong. So the 4 diagrams that you're playing in the deck, triple True Draco Heritage. This card is your mini Pot of Avarice in the deck, and this card is like your Pot of Greed. This card is so, so good. Most oftentimes you want to aim to use this card's ability to draw at least 2 cards every single turn. If you guys are not familiar with Heritage's effect, whenever you draw X amount of cards up to the amount of true Draco cards sent from the field to the graveyard this turn. So if a spell or trap card was sent to the graveyard prior you activate this card's ability, you basically draw 2 cards. If a monster, spell, or trap card is sent to the graveyard, you essentially just draw 3 cards with true Draco Heritage, which is really awesome. And this is why this card is the best card against the mirror match, which is really nice. And also at the same time, Disciples of the True Draco Phoenix helps you recycle your resources back into your deck and also drawing 1 card. So essentially, maximum you can draw like 4 cards in one turn, being able to utilize Disciples ability and also True Draco's Heritage. And these cards enable you to actually go second really well because of cards like Ignis Heat. Being able to access these cards directly from the deck is insane because you can just go Ignis Heat, tribute a trap card, pop a monster. If they activate an effect, you search Heritage, and then like you can go diagram, pop the Heritage, pop a spell, search another Heritage, activate Heritage, draw 2 cards, right? So like the spell cards are just really awesome going second. Being able to just pop multiple spell and trap cards and getting the ability to pop, your opponent's monsters, depending on whichever trap you tribute it to summon your tribute monsters. You have 3 summons per turn, 1 normal summon and the additional tribute summon off Disciples and also True Draco Heritage. And at the same time, you can draw X amount of cards with these cards. Cards the heart and soul of the entire deck. This is why the deck is so good this format, because the deck essentially didn't get touched. We still have 3 Card of the Demise. Cards enable you to draw you so many cards, helps you dig through your deck for combo pieces, just really amazing. And the really good thing about Card of the Demise is that against cards like Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, they often negate Card of the Demise. So what you can do is that if you open up multiple Card of the Demise, you can just activate 1 Card of the Demise. If Odd Eyes Vortex negates the activations of the Card of the Demise, if you have a second copy of Card of the Demise, you can activate it during the same turn, because Card of the Demise has the abilities that you can only activate Card of the Demise once per turn, okay? So if the activation of this card gets negated with Odd Eyes Vortex, you can activate Card of the Demise once again, which is really awesome for you guys to know. At the same time, it works differently for Ash because Ash negates the effect, not activation. So if your opponent ashes the Card of the Demise, if you have a second Card of the Demise, you obviously can't activate the second one because the activation wasn't negated. And to run off our spells, I'm playing Double Paw Duality. Duality is really good, helps you dig 3 cards deep into your deck to see your combo pieces. In this specific version, I don't have Pot of Desires on me. If I did have Pot of the Desires, I would definitely include Pot of Desires in my main deck. But for this specific version, I felt like it functioned really, it functioned really well. It worked fine for me, but it felt like having the additional desires in the deck would have been more consistent for the deck, in my opinion. So I might consider on throwing Pot of Desires as soon as I get home, because at this tournament, I only had cards that I had access to. I never knew that there was going to be a ban list, so I didn't bring all my decks on me. So I just brought my True Draco and didn't bring any other additional cards to support the deck. And then when I'm in San Diego, the ban list decides to drop. So for what I played, it worked really well, but I would definitely include Pot of Desires in this deck 100%. So that's pretty much it for the spells. Let's go out to your trap. Your traps, triple True Draco Apocalypse. This card is so good because it can activate during the damage step to actually half your opponent's attack, which is so good. And granting you the additional tribute on your opponent's turn is just insane to be able to just interrupt your opponent by just popping one of their monsters if you tribute a trap card, which is insane. Yeah, the 1 True King's Return. This card is really good as well. Monster Reborn for all your True King monsters. At the same time, it grants you the ability to just tribute summon during your opponent's turn. And that's why that Dynamite Knight is just so good, because it gets access to these trap cards directly from your deck to your hand, or activating it directly from the deck. Next off for your Floodgates, the 1 Skill Drain and the triple Monarchs are up. You're playing 4 Skill Drains in the deck. This is how I won most of my matchup, guys. These Floodgates are just so good. I'm playing 0 extra deck. I was definitely going to try go second True Draco, playing an extra deck with 3 Super Polys, but I didn't have 3 Super Polys on me, nor did I have any extra deck cards on me, so I decided to play with the Floodgate version for this tournament. These cards worked really well. I faced against Pendulums during the finals, which was a really hard matchup, but I was able to push through because of cards like Monarchs Are Up and also Skill Drain, which is really awesome. So Monarchs Are Up and Skill Drain, really mandatory to play in the deck. Like, it's like this card, all you need is just like 1 monster and a Floodgate, and then you just win the duel. That's how powerful True Draco is, right? So Skill Drain and Triples Are Up, really good cards. Triple, there can only be 1. This card is insane. I did face Solomon Grates first round, so flipping this against Solomon Grates is just an auto win, and at the same time, being able to just control the tempo of the game by making your opponent only control 1 monster of each type, especially against a Silent matchup, or especially against the Orcus matchup, or even the Pendulum matchup, is just absolutely insane. So there can only be 1. It's just absolutely powerful, and it's still one of the best Floodgates in today's metagame, in my opinion. So triple, there can only be 1. Next off for the new addition to the deck, I'm playing Triple Crackdown. This card is so good. The reason why I decided to play this card originally is because I was playing the extra deck version, but unfortunately I couldn't find any other cards to substitute Crackdown, so I decided to just play this card in the Floodgate version with no extra deck, and it worked really fine because against Pendulums, I activate Crackdown, steal their Electromite, and then they're just pretty much like, okay, pass, like they can't do anything, right? Stealing one of their monsters is just absolutely beneficial. The card is just like another interruption during your opponent's turn. You know, whatever their monster they summon, activate Crackdown, steal their monster, you pretty much just win the turn right there and then, right? So Crackdown is just really good for that. Nonetheless, it's performed really well, but I felt like it would have been way better in the extra deck variant. So triple Crackdown, really nice card to play in the deck. Just another interruption that you can use against your opponent. The 1 Waterfalls of the Dragon Souls, this card is really good. So just a true Draco monster directly for an extra hand. At the same time, there are plays when I had like 3 true Draco monsters on the field, and then I would have to use there can only be 1 to stop my opponent from popping off. So I'll activate there can only be 1 Chain Waterfall of the Dragon Souls, send 2 of my true Draco cards to the graveyard, then draw 3 cards. The 1 copy is pretty nice. And last but not least, the card that won me all my games, Triple Storm Mirror Force. This card is ridiculous. Not a lot of people expected this card, especially against the Pendulum player that I faced in the finals. This card won me the entire match. So good. He attacked into all my monsters. I activated like, you know, there can only be 1. He negated Vortex, and I activate Storm Mirror Force to return all the cards to his hand. Like, the Storm Mirror Force is just an auto game. You guys all know how much I love Storm Mirror Force in True Draco. This card performed really well, and I will not cut this card at all. I'll play this card at 3 because not a lot of people play around this card, and once they don't play around this card, they get punished and they just lose the game. So storming is just really nice. So that's pretty much it for the main deck. Let's go to your side deck. Side deck was really good. So going first, and even going second against deck like Strikers. Heavy Storm Duster is really great going first and also going second. I played Triple Lancia for the Orcus matchup. For the Thunder matchup, I didn't face any Thunders. The room was just full with Pendulum players, so this card didn't do anything because I faced 0 Thunders. I faced all Pendulums, so Artifact Lancia is just pretty nice. Double Down Wrestler Pankerchops going second, and I'm so glad I sided these Robbery of Warlords and Golden match because all my matchup, like I said, were Pendulums, so these cards were really good going first and also really great going second because going second you just said, like, you know, they have the full board, you set 5 and you just pass turn, right? And the max that they'll probably have is 2 negates, so you can just activate one of these floodgates and just win the duel. For more going second cards is you know, double evenly match, really good going second, and it gets Strikers, True Draco's mirror match, and last but not least for Thunder and also Pendulum, double Mystic Mine. Mystic Mine is so good. They establish their entire board, and then you just bait out their negates and then just activate Mystic Mine, and then you just stall your turns until you draw your floodgates and things like that. You can also, and you can always turn off this card by just activating a diagram over the Mystic Mine, right? So Mystic Mine performed really well with my side deck. That's pretty much for this deck profile, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. This is my first place San Diego Comic-Con, a giant card winning deck profile. Let me know your thoughts about this deck in the comment section below. If you guys want to see more deck profiles, smash thumbs up button and stay tuned for more deck profiles for the upcoming week. This is your boy Sam from Team Sam signing out. Alright guys, peace.
I feel like Usain in the cheetah print. Talk fresh game, I don't need a minute. R.I.P. the game, I need a minute. Okay, let's proceed with it. I'm in the house, got the deed with it. These bozos always sneak this and they taking shots. I'm a king with it. Like, no, this league business.